Hello friends, welcome back to Thrive with Tess. I'm so glad that you are here because today we are diving into the topic that I am super passionate about, and it is how to start with a plant-based diet, whether you are thinking about going like fully plant-based or you just want to incorporate more plant-based meals into your routine. This episode is packed with tips and tricks and a little bit of like myth busting to help you on your journey. But first, you know the drill. Let's start with our journal prompts and this week's ins and outs. So grab your journal, your favorite pen, or just make a mental note as we go along. So first journal prompt for this week is: what are my main reasons for wanting to start a plant-based diet? Whether it's for health reasons, environmental concerns, or ethical beliefs, getting clear on why can help you stay motivated on your journey. The second journal prompt for this week is: what are my current eating habits and how do I feel about them? So you should take a moment to reflect on what your meals usually consist of and how they make you feel physically and emotionally. And the third this week's journal prompt is: what challenges do I anticipate in making this transition and how can I prepare for them? As it is always a good idea to think about potential obstacles and how you might overcome them in your journey. All right, now that we set the mood for some reflections, let's talk about this week's ins and outs. So this week's ins is exploring new recipes. You should embrace this adventure of trying new plant-based recipes, and it could be a lot of fun and a great way how to actually discover new favorite dishes. The second this week's in is batch cooking, as having a plant-based meal prepared and ready can make the transition a little bit smoother, especially on busy days. And the third this week's in is celebrating small wins, as every plant-based meal is a step in the right direction, so celebrate those small victories. And let's now move into this week's out, and this week's out is perfectionism. It's not about like being perfect on a plant-based journey, and it's about your progress. So you should not stress if you, for example, slip up. You should just get back on the track. The second this week's out is overcomplicating things. So you should really start simple. You don't need to become a chef overnight. Sometimes the simplest meals are the most satisfying ones. And the last out for this week is neglecting nutritional balance, as just because it's a plant-based, it doesn't always mean it's healthy. So you should always aim for a balanced diet that provides all of the nutrients you need. And now that we have covered everything, let's dive into the main event of today's podcast, and it is how to actually start with a plant-based diet, as I'm going to share with you some tips on how to transition smoothly, and also maybe we are going to talk a little bit about some common myths to be aware of on the plant-based diet and how to make sure that you are getting all of the nutrients your body needs. Alright, so let's talk about how you can actually start living a plant-based lifestyle, or how you can actually start with a plant-based diet. So first off, let's clear something up for you. A plant-based diet isn't necessarily about like cutting out all of the animal products entirely. It's about focusing more on incorporating a variety of different whole and plant-based food into your diet, and you can make this transition at your own pace, whether that means going fully vegan or just having a few plant-based meals each week. So the first step is start slow and make gradual changes, because you don't have to go like all in right away. In fact, most of the people are making gradual changes, and this can be more sustainable in the long run. So you may also start by choosing one meal a day to make a plant-based, or you can have a veggie packed smoothie for breakfast or a salad for a lunch. When I started first my plant-based journey, I went vegan overnight basically, but it was because also before, since I was 9 years old, I slowly like cut off all of the meat products, and also I swapped the regular milk for soy milk, and also I just tried to slowly ditch all of the animal products. And then at the age of 15, actually, it was more than 10 years ago, I actually went vegan overnight, but it doesn't mean that you need to do the same. We all have own journey, so you should always choose what is right for you. If you will, for example, like I just said, swap your regular milk for almond milk or oat milk in a coffee, and you will try a few meatless dinners each week, it is a small change, but it will feel so much better for you, and also it will get very much exciting. The step 2 is focus on adding, not just subtracting. So instead of focusing, for example, what you are going to give up, you should think about all of the delicious and nurturing foods you are adding into your diet. And there is a whole world of plant-based ingredients to explore. So it's fruits, vegetables, legumes, nuts, seeds, grains, and so much more. So you should always try to experience with different foods and recipes. Maybe you never cook quinoa or lentils before, but now is the right time to give it a go. And the key with the plant-based diet is to just have fun and be open to discovering all of the new textures and new flavors when you are trying to add more plant-based meals into your life. The step 3 is to find plant-based version of your favorite dishes. So this is, I think, one of the easiest way how to ease into a plant-based diet is to find plant-based versions of meals you already love. If you are, for example, a big fan of pasta, or you just like spaghetti, you can try a veggie load marinara sauce or a creamy cashew-based sauce, like a cashew cheese based sauce. And if, for example, you are into, tacos, you can try to fill them with black beans or salsa and avocado. There are so many plant-based alternatives out there nowadays. So you have plant-based meats, dairy-free cheese, milk alternatives, and you don't have to actually give up your favorite food. You just need to find an alternative and be a little bit more creative. The 4th step is learn the basics of plant-based nutrition, because when you are starting a plant-based diet, it's very important to make sure that you are getting all of the nutrients your body needs. And this could also mean that you are going to include a variety of food to ensure that you are getting enough protein, you are getting enough healthy fats, you are also getting enough vitamins and minerals. So we can also a little bit talk about each of the nutrients. So the protein, you can get plenty of vegan or plant-based protein from sources like beans, lentils, tofu, tempeh, quinoa, nuts or seeds. Then iron can be found in beans, it can be found in lentils, it can be found also in tofu, quinoa, spinach. And if you're going to actually pair iron with vitamin C foods like citrus fruit, for example, you can actually enhance the absorption of iron. Then, for example, calcium, you can look out for plant-based sources like fortified plant milks, tofu, almonds, and leafy greens like kale or spinach are very great sources of calcium. And for example, omega-3 fatty acid, you should include some sources like hemp seeds, like chia seeds, flax seeds, and for example walnuts. And vitamin B12 is actually one nutrient that can be a little bit tricky on the plant-based diet, so you should consider fortified foods or supplements. I know this sounds like a lot, but once you get the hang of it, it becomes second nature. So you also shouldn't be afraid to reach out to a nutritionist or dietitian if you want some guidance tailored to your needs. I'm also a certified nutritionist, so if you want help to kind of put together the meal plan or help with the transition into the plant-based diet, hit me up. And the 5th step is a meal prep and plan ahead. So one of the best ways how to set yourself up for success is actually the meal prep and plan ahead. And also it doesn't mean that you have to spend hours in the kitchen. Even just having, a few basics on hand, like cooked grains or chopped veggies or sauces or dressings, can make put together meals so much easier. And I also love to do a bit of meal prep on Sunday, so cooking up a big batch of quinoa, roasting some veggies, and making a couple of sauces. And then during the week I can just mix and match to create different meals, and it can also save so much time and takes the guesswork out of the way what to eat. The 6th step is to educate yourself and get inspired, because there is a ton of great resources out there. There are different blogs, YouTube channels, documentaries, or cookbooks that can actually provide inspiration and information about a plant-based diet. And the more you learn about the benefits of plant-based eating and how to make delicious meals, the more motivated you will be to stick with it. The seventh step is be patient with yourself, because transition to a plant-based diet is a journey and it's okay to take it at your own pace. There might be also some slip-ups or days when you are not sure what to eat. That's completely normal when you are a beginner. The goal is progress, it's not perfection. As always, every plant-based meal is a step in the right direction. So these are some just key steps to get you started on a plant-based diet, and remember that this is your journey, so make it work for you. And there is no right or there is no wrong way how to go plant-based, and it's all about just finding what feels good for your body and also what fits into your lifestyle. So to maybe like recap everything is: start slowly and make gradual changes. Focus on adding more plant-based food rather than subtracting animal products. Find plant-based versions of your favorite dishes. Learn the basics of plant-based nutrition. Meal prep and plan ahead. Educate yourself and get inspired, and be patient with yourself as it is a journey. I hope that this episode have given you some practical tips how to start your plant-based journey. I know it's a very exciting step towards a better health, and I'm here to cherish you on every step of the way. So remember, it's all about like making choices that support your well-being and also feel good for you. So thank you so much for tuning in today. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with a friend who may be also curious about like plant-based diet. As always, feel free to reach out to me. I love hearing from you. Until next time, eat your plants, nourish your body, and enjoy the process. You got this. Thank you, and speak soon.